That part knocked the wind out of me. Oh, I love it. I feel too much and too deeply to exist in this world. Oh, I want to cry. I feel this one in my whole body. Incredible, beautiful. I love that lyric. Okay. I need to listen to it again. It makes me insane. That was hot. Wow. Hi friends, my name is Rowan. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are not new here. It is the perfect early fall day today. There's just like a slight chill in the air. The air smells exquisite, and I have to have my windows open. There is no other option, so if there's a little bit of outside noise in this video, it is what it is. We can't avoid it. I have a delightful fall candle burning behind me. I have a pumpkin chai tea. And I'm ready to take in the new Mitski album. Y'all, I am so excited for this album. I specifically took the day off today to listen to this album and record a reaction. So that's what we're doing today. And I am so fucking excited. So I've been a fan of Mitski for many years, but the first several of which I was more of a casual fan. I want to say from like 2017 to 2020, I was more of a casual fan. Started getting into her more during a relationship I was in 2020 to 2021, and then really got into Mitski during my breakup in 2021. Ain't that just the way? Anyway, so I love Mitski. Mitski has gotten me through some things, and I am so excited to experience this new album. I already feel, before listening to, well, I have listened to Bug Like an Angel, but I haven't listened to any of the other songs yet. Before even taking in this album, I feel like this is gonna be the one for those of us who, God damn it. I'm sitting here trying so hard to figure out the words to express that I feel like this album is going to be for the highly sensitive girlies, but I keep stopping myself and I'm like, but wait, every Mitski album is for those people. So, but I feel like this one is gonna hit on a new level. It's the mundane melancholy, the small heartbreaks. I wanna say magic in the mundane, which is something that I think about a lot in life, but it's maybe not so much magic as it is the poetry in the mundane. Then again, that is a lot of Mitski's music. So all that to say, I can't wait to get into this album. Let's fucking go. Let's get into it right now. We will be starting with Bug Like an Angel because that's the beginning of the album, but my reaction won't be so much a reaction as it is just like me taking it in for the 102nd time because I have listened to it so many times already.
There's a bug like an angel stuck to the bottom of my glass. Sometimes a drink feels like family.
I will pause right there just to say that when I first listened to this song, that part knocked the wind out of me. I like sat back in my seat. I was like, it quite literally knocked the wind out of me, and I was not ready for it. And I wish I could go back and listen to it for the first time again because that feeling was unlike anything else.
Did you go and make promises you can't keep? Well, when you break them, they break you right back. Amateur mistake, you can take it from me. They break you right back. The wrath of the devil. was also given him by God.
I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about that song, but a lot of them are maybe not as much about the song itself as they are my experience listening to the song for the first time and the circumstances of my life. I won't go into it too much, but if you don't want to hear about pet death, you can skip ahead to the timestamp on the screen. The day this single came out was the day we put my dog down, and our appointment with him at the vet was at like 7 o'clock in the evening that day, and it was such a relief to have this song, actually, to have something to focus on and think about other than what was going to happen later on that day. And then in the time afterwards, especially the first week without him, I remember putting on my headphones and listening to this song every time I had to go downstairs for any reason, because I didn't want to hear the silence without my dog there. So I didn't think I was gonna cry. But yeah, like I said earlier, Mitski's music has gotten me through a lot, and it continues to get me through a lot. And I was so grateful for this song to come out at the time that it did. It was very needed. You would maybe think that listening to this song would make me horribly depressed because of the time that it came out and the time that I listened to it the most, but honestly, it just makes me feel very warm and full because I'm so grateful for it and its presence in my life. So I will continue listening to the song forever and ever, and I don't think it will ever be hard to listen to because of that time. I think I'll always just have a softness toward it because of that. Anyway, aside from all that, let's talk about the actual song itself. I've thought about this song so much and talked about this song so much in my own life with my friends, well, one friend in particular, hi Elliot, that I don't know what to say anymore about it. But I mean, let's talk about the video that she put out, the behind the song. I've even watched that video itself so many times because I think her songwriting process is so exquisite, and it's the reason why she is one of my biggest songwriting inspirations, because she does the kind of thing like waiting until the middle of the chord progression to come in with the vocals because it makes it feel more off balance. Like, everything is intentional. It's just incredible. She's a genius. As well as the chord progression staying exactly the same for the entire song, except when she introduces one new chord on the amateur mistake line. It just scratches an itch in my brain. I love it so much. And the vocals for the majority of the song being so like simple and bare bones until the choir comes in at those key moments, it makes the choir pop that much more. And it's the reason why the first time I listened to it and the choir came in, it like knocked my breath out of my body because it was so unexpected and it was so effective. It's just an incredible song. I love it so much, and I will never get tired of it. I don't know how many times I've listened to it so far, but I will continue listening to it over and over and over again. Now let's get into the really fun part for me, which is listening to all the rest of the songs, since I've already listened to Bug Like an Angel a million times. Okay, I'm ready to move on. So the next song is Buffalo Replaced. Let's go.
Mosquitoes can enjoy me, I can't go inside. Kids feeling alive, freight trains stampeding through my...
Okay, I need to pause. I need to read the lyrics. Okay, so far it's giving that poetry in the mundane that I was looking for. So loving that so far.
I have a hope, and though she's blind with no name, she shits where she's supposed to, feeds her
Okay, so my first thought is her use of imagery, as always, incredible, beautiful. For some reason, this one is reminding me of Valentine, Texas, and I think it's because of the imagery. That one in particular stands out in my mind a lot. I'm still like taking in these lyrics from the second verse. I will say it again and again and again and again. This is why she is one of my biggest songwriting inspirations. I know I said it 2 songs in a row. I'll probably say it for every single song on this album. It's the personifying of hope. It's the making the feeling and the concept of hope into a being that you can look at and have a relationship with. It's just beautiful. Just so beautiful. I know the more I listen to it and the more I think about it, I'm going to find deeper understanding of it. And I'm already really looking forward to after I film this video and listening to this whole album again. Because if I weren't filming this video, like it's just the truth, I would get high and listen to this album. But if I got high right now, I wouldn't be able to form coherent words to express my feelings about it all. So I'm looking forward to after this when I can do that because, yeah, I know that it will all hit a little deeper. Love that song. Fucking banger. Let's move on. So I haven't listened to Heaven or Star yet because I decided after listening to Bug Like an Angel that I was going to make a reaction video. And so when Heaven and Star came out, I told myself I would wait, and I did. So I'm experiencing them for the first time now. So here is Heaven. Okay. Unexpected country vibes.
All of our love, filling all of our room, a string to strike within me that rings out a note heard in heaven.
Oh, this is so dreamy. I love this. I love that lyric. Come on.
As I sip on the rest of the coffee,
I have chills.
left a kiss left of you.
I feel this one in my whole body. Oh, that's good.
Here in our place we have for the day. Can we stay a while and listen for heaven?
The strings. Wow. It like started out so dreamy and then evolved. Oh, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like it stayed dreamy, but it evolved into like so romantic and then even whimsical with I think it was a flute at the end. Oh, so beautiful. I need to read these lyrics again because as I was listening, I was feeling, you know what? I'll read them and then I'll tell you my thoughts.
Okay.
Upon reading the lyrics twice, I will tentatively say this is possibly her most purely romantic song in her discography. And I have a lot of thoughts about that. Well, I have one thought in particular. I have always thought that Texas Reznikoff is her most purely romantic song. Like, there isn't really any hint of anything darker or heavier beneath the romantic tones. It's really just love. At least that's how I've always interpreted that song. But I think this song may have replaced Texas Reznikoff for that title. She doesn't have many purely romantic songs. A lot of them are sad and romantic, or any number of other heavier, darker emotions underneath. But this one just feels like love. Oh, and I love it. Oh, it's so pretty. I am such a sucker for lyrics like that one in the second verse. Now I bend like a willow thinking of you, like a murmuring brook curving about you. Something you need to know about me is that I'm a slut for romance. And I just love a good romantic line. And that is a good romantic line. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I'm going to try my best not to get ahead of myself and say, this is my favorite one so far for like every song. But I really like feel an urge to be like, this is my favorite one so far. Oh, I love it. Next, we have I Don't Like My Mind. Okay, relatable.
I don't like my mind. I don't like being left alone in a room with all its opinions about the things that I've done. Christmas, I eat a cake. Oh, cake.
Ah, yes, vocals. Pausing just for a moment to say, I'm really enjoying the like unexpectedly country vibes of these last two songs. I'm not a big country person, but I'm really liking it. This one fucking hits. It hits. This song so beautifully and painfully encapsulates the feeling of distracting yourself from your thoughts and your feelings. And how every time you try to distract yourself, you just get more and more bombarded with those thoughts and feelings. I think if I'd heard this song a few years ago, like maybe, let's say 3 or 4 years ago, it would have been a lot more uncomfortable to listen to than it is now because I would have related to it a lot harder then. I think I would have listened to the song and felt so deeply seen that it would make me too uncomfortable to listen to it again. Something I've learned about myself somewhat recently is that some of my favorite music to listen to are songs that remind me of the way I used to be. You might think that that would make me so uncomfortable and that I wouldn't like to remember those things. But I mean, for context, I'm talking about a time in my life when I was in a really bad place, a really like dark place. Listening to songs like this, it feels like holding space for that version of me as the person I am now. So, yeah, it's like not uncomfortable to listen to songs like this and remember. It's actually kind of healing. That was a good one. I really like that. Okay, next we have The Deal.
There's a deal you can make on a midnight walk alone. It will ask what you'd give and what you'd take for it in return. And I found that I'd said, I want someone to take this soul. I can't bear to keep it. I'd give it just to give it all. I will take all the consequences. Will somebody take this?
Oh, I want to cry. When I said this album was going to be for the highly sensitive girlies, yeah, yeah.
Then of course nothing replied, nothing speaks to you in the night. A bird perched upon a street light watching me. You're a cage without me. Your pain is eased, but you'll never be free, for the night has me.
Ooh.
The deal that I have made.
Oh, I love a build up.
There's a deal that I have
Damn. The way the music drowns her out at the end is insane. It makes me insane. That part in particular where I stopped and said this is for the highly sensitive girlies. Girlies is gender neutral, by the way. That's important to me. That part in particular, I need to listen to it again.
I want someone to take this soul. I can't bear to keep it.
It hits that part of me that feels like I feel too much and too deeply to exist in this world. Like my sensitive soul feels like such a burden almost sometimes, that it's so hard to live this way that, yeah, I have felt that before. Like, just take it away from me. Just take it. I can't carry this burden. So that really hits. I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't give up my sensitive soul for anything. I think it's what makes me me and what makes me special. So, although there are times in my life where it feels so impossible to live with the burden of a heart that feels so much, I don't think I would give it up. But the concept is one I am very familiar with. I feel like for literally every single song, I'm gonna be like, that was a good one. But it was really good. Next, we have When Memories Snow.
When memories snow and cover up the driveway, I shovel all those memories, clear the path to drive to the store, dripping through the downspout as I lie awake in the dark.
Interesting.
And if I break, could I go on break, listening to the thousand hands that clap for me in the
In that last part, that second verse, I was getting this feeling that I've had listening to some of her other songs, which is like, this feels reminiscent of the score of a Miyazaki film. And we know she loves Miyazaki, so that's interesting. Because there are a lot of songs of hers that I feel, especially if they have horns, that like rings a bell in my head that says Miyazaki. Does anybody else think that? Like, especially when it gets really big and there's the strings, the horns, it feels grand and alive and whimsical the way that the scores of Miyazaki films sound. So that was my main thought listening to that song. Next up, we have My Love, Mine, All Mine, which feels like a very Mitski title to me. Let's jump into this one.
tell me if I could send up my heart to you, so when nothing in the world belongs to me but my love, mine all.
This is ringing bells because I read her new About the Artist section on Spotify, and I'm gonna pull it up because there's something in there. Okay, so it says, "The best thing I ever did in my life was to love people," she says. "I wish I could leave behind all the love I have after I die so I can shine all this goodness, all this love that I've created onto other people." So that's what it feels like this song is about. Okay, let's continue. I'm really loving this country vibe.
My baby here on earth showed me what my heart was worth. So when it comes to be my turn, could you shine it down here for her? 'Cause my
Hold up. Gay?
gay.
I'm withholding my thoughts.
Mine, all mine, nothing in the world is mine for free but my love. Mine, all mine, all
Maybe that one is actually her most purely romantic song. There are so far, there are two just romantic songs on this album, and I'm living for it. This is the kind of shit I love. Wow. Okay, so I'm not gonna say anything else about the gay vibe that I was getting because I don't want to make too big a deal out of it. I feel like Mitski is probably the kind of person who doesn't want that kind of thing to be made into a big deal. So I'm not going to comment any further on that. I'm just going to say that as a queer person, it sparked joy. Other than that, this is another just beautifully dreamy song. I loved the vocal effect. It reminded me again of Valentine, Texas. There was that little bit of delay. It's just yummy. I like it. But that concept, the one thing that belongs to you that is nobody else's, that can't be taken away from you, being love, and that because it belongs only to you, it can't be left behind after you die, is such a gorgeous concept and also so heartbreaking. And I'm going to be thinking about it forever now. Yeah, if I don't move on to the next song, I'm just going to sit here all day long thinking about that. So we're going to move on to the next one. That was incredible. I'm really tempted to say that was my favorite so far, but I'm withholding my thoughts. I'm withholding my opinions. Okay, next we have The Frost.
The frost, it looks like dust settled on the world. But me, I was hiding or forgotten, the only one left. Now the world is mine alone. On to share the memory of frost out the window this morning after you're gone, and the house is mine alone.
This song is making me feel so much already. I just had to pause and process. This song is giving exactly what I expected from this album. This is that poetry in the mundane. Those like silent pangs of pain in response to something so mundane like frost outside the window. When you live life with a sensitive soul, those are the kinds of things that you notice and feel deeply. Sorry, pausing again just because I have to comment on the country vibe again. It's the I think it's a steel guitar is the instrument that I'm hearing. This is like maybe the fourth song on this album that I'm like hearing it, and I am really enjoying it. Like it's really emphasizing that feeling of longing.
You're my best friend. Now I've no one to tell how I lost my best friend. Looks like we've been left in the attic, but you're not here to see us, witnessless me.
That was gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. That lyric, "You're my best friend, now I've no one to tell how I lost my best friend," is so simple, and that's why it works. I think one of my favorite things in Mitski's songwriting is amidst all of the poetic language, when she comes in with something so candid, it hits harder because the simplicity is so unexpected. Just beautiful. I loved this song. And that last line is reminding me a little bit of Francis Forever. but you're not here to see me. It's just witnessless me. It's reminding me of I don't think I could stand to be where you don't see me from Francis Forever, which is also such a simple line that has always really hit me when I listen to it. I don't think I need to say anything more about that one. That was just absolutely beautiful. All right, the next song we have is Star.
We acted like two fools. We were so glad that love is like a star. It's gone, we just see it shining. It's traveled very far. Keep a leftover light burning so you can keep looking up. Isn't that worth holding on?
This one is giving me chills.
Until you taught me to live for somebody, burning so you can keep looking up. I'm yours no matter that love's gone. We just see it shining. We've traveled very far. Isn't that worth holding on?
Ow. No other artist that I can think of is able to capture this post end of relationship feeling. And it's not one that's applicable to every breakup. This is for those relationships that end with love. Love bookends the relationship. It started and ended with love. And because it ended with love, it's hard to let go of the longing after it ends. And not necessarily putting that person on a pedestal, but putting the relationship on a pedestal. Like, this thing that we had together was magic. I've written about this feeling myself. I'm very familiar with this feeling. So, yeah, I'm feeling very soft for this song. I really liked that. This is what Mitski's music does to me. It's insane, actually, because I haven't thought about, like, the relationship that I'm thinking of right now. I haven't thought about that relationship in this way in a long time. But Mitski just brings it all back up to the surface, even if only for a moment. It's wild. She is a mad genius, and I'm just in love with her. All right, next up we have I'm Your Man. Oh my god, we have 2 songs left. Let's go. I love the acoustic guitar with that distant drum. That's beautiful.
You're an angel, I'm a dog. Or you're a dog and I'm your man. You believe me like a god. I destroy you like I am.
Ooh.
I'm sorry
Holy fuck. Every time I open my mouth to say something about this song, I just go quiet. That was fucking crazy. These lyrics go so hard. You believe me like a god, I destroy you like I am. Ugh. I'm sorry I'm the one you love. One day you'll figure me out, I'll meet judgment by the hounds. You believe me like a god, I betray you like a man. Oh my god, bro. This song hurts me. I don't know how to explain why it does, but it reminds me of The Archer by Taylor Swift. And I don't know if anybody else will get the same vibe. Hopefully, Swifties will understand. There's a connection in my mind. Ugh, that one. Goddamn. Okay, let's move on to the next one. All right, time for the last song on the album, I Love Me After You.
Brushing my hair naked, spritz my face with toner, splash water on my neck, laughing in the mirror. Now I love me after you, king of all the land. Don't even care that the curtains are open. Let the darkness see me. Streets are mine, the night is mine. I love me after you, king of all the land. I'm king of all the
That was hot. I keep trying to say something about the song, and all my brain keeps saying is, that was hot. Well, that was it. That is the entirety of The Land is Inhospitable, and So Are We. I wish there was more of it. That was so fucking good. I can't wait to just be alone and deep listen to this album over and over and over again. Mitski is just such a fucking stellar songwriter. And with every single album, I don't know, I think she outdoes herself every time. There was not a single song on that album I didn't like. And honestly, I didn't expect that there would be, because I don't think Mitski could ever write something that I don't like. Having listened to the whole thing now and reflecting on her previous albums, it's like a little bit surprising that there was none of that disco influence that's been in her last couple of albums. I don't really have any particular thoughts about that. I love her disco sound, but I also loved the dreamy, slower, country flavored sound of this album. Now, I'm saying this having just listened straight through this album, and it's fresher in my mind than any of her others, but this one to me is more sonically cohesive than others of the recent past, which says nothing about how much I loved those albums, because I did. I loved those albums. I loved Laurel Hell. I loved Be the Cowboy. But this one kind of just fit so seamlessly all together. Well, I was right. This album is for the highly sensitive girlies. Gender neutral. I think more so than any of her other albums. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but I don't know. I'm feeling that pretty strongly right now. Well, now that I've listened to the whole album, I think that I can somewhat conclusively say which songs were my favorites. Again, I may change my mind later upon further listening. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna say I like almost want to exclude Bug Like an Angel from this evaluation because I've listened to that so many times and only listened to all the other ones once. So for now, we're excluding Bug Like an Angel. Aside from that one, I think I will say Heaven, The Deal, My Love, Mine, All Mine, The Frost, and Star. If I had to make it a top 3, I think I would say Heaven, My Love, Mine, All Mine, and Star. And honestly, I'm really glad that I didn't listen to Heaven or Star before listening to the whole album all at once. Because I feel like having listened to Bug Like an Angel so many times before listening to the whole album, it feels like a separate entity all by itself. Although I love that song so much, it almost doesn't feel like a part of the album in my mind now because it's like its own thing. And maybe the more that I listen to the album all together, the more it will feel like a part of the album in my brain. But right now, it feels very separate, and I'm glad that I didn't have that experience with Heaven and Star. Well, that's that. That was The Land is Inhospitable and So Are We by Mitski. I love this album. It already feels very close to my heart, and I am so excited to listen to it over and over and over again. And I am so just always and eternally grateful to Mitski for her music. Thank you so much if you watched through this entire thing. I'm sure it's going to be very long. Oh my God, I don't even want to tell you how long I've been filming. But yeah, wow, what an album. Thank you for being here and experiencing it with me. If you, like myself, are a big fan of Mitski, you might be interested in my most recent video before this one, which is a cover of I Don't Smoke by Mitski. It is my first cover ever on this channel, and I'm really proud of it. So I would really appreciate if you go and watch that one after this. And expect to see many more Mitski covers in the future because I have about a dozen more of her songs on my list of future covers. If you are new here, please subscribe. I would love to have you. But don't subscribe because you want to see more of this content, because who knows what you're going to see in the future on this channel. It could be a whole mishmash of things, and it probably will be. So don't subscribe for that. Subscribe because you like my energy, because there will definitely be a lot more of that. And leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite songs were on this album, and if you have any thoughts, or if you disagree with me about anything that I said about this album or the songs on it. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.